The next location I want to show you is actually the courthouse in Colorado Springs. And before you're like, okay, fuck this. Like I don't want to look at the courthouse. I don't want a courthouse wedding. This is the whole reason I'm making this video because I think courthouse weddings, unpopular opinion, I think they are elite in the way that they provide convenience and they're able to accommodate the people around you, especially if you want a support system around. Also, courthouses aren't usually in the middle of nowhere. So, thinking about this convenience, not only for family and support systems to be there, but also being not way out in the middle of nowhere. And you can kind of plan a wedding day that involves maybe a meal or a celebration together without having to go too far. My favorite thing about the Colorado Springs courthouse is that the outside of it is really awesome and immaculate and is a perfect spot and backdrop to have those high-end, elegant vibes without having to spend, $70,000 on a venue. But also, it is right downtown in Colorado Springs, so you are just a walk to mostly everything. You're a walk to restaurants, you're a walk to different hotels that they have. And this gallery I'm about to show you actually highlights one of my favorite hotels down in Colorado Springs. Get ready for this. This gallery is one of my faves. So I mentioned how when you get married at the Colorado Springs courthouse, you're just a walk to mostly everything. So these two actually rented a room at the Mining Exchange in downtown Colorado Springs. It's one of my favorites because not only is it a really elegant hotel with accommodations for your friends and family to enjoy a really luxurious stay in Colorado Springs, but you can bring your dog. You can bring your dog. It's pet friendly hotel and it's on the higher end. So I have this issue with pet friendly hotels because usually you walk in and you can kind of smell the pets and like that's not like the best experience to have. Like I love pets. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big animal person, but I don't love walking into a hotel that I'm really excited to stay at and smell like wet pet, if you know what I'm saying. So the Mining Exchange is perfect. It's luxurious and you don't like I didn't even realize it was pet friendly until I went to my couple's hotel room and their dog was in there. I was like, "Oh, all right, sick." It's amazing. The Mining Exchange is located right downtown and it's actually across the street from the post office. So this couple took advantage not only of the post office being there, but also an outfit change. So these two wore more like Vegas style clothes for a photo shoot. They were like, we want these photos. We want to spend time taking these photos. And there's nothing wrong with that because it's your wedding. And if you want to turn it into a photo shoot, we can turn it into a photo shoot. These two designated a time for the photo shoot to happen. Everything else, they really wanted it to be natural. They wanted when their friends and family got with them, they didn't want it to be a huge photo shoot. So they planned a pre-photo shoot before their ceremony where they were with their support system. So we went over to the post office and did some photos and it was gorgeous. She wore this cute little vintage dress. So we were able to get this like high-end editorial vibe in the post office, which is so sick. And he wanted to get photos of them like signing their license. We also went outside the post office. So this is still the post office across the street from the hotel. We did more photos and that allowed us to get that like elopement vibe without having all of their photos with this one outfit, which they really enjoyed because they're like, we love our family and we love our support system, but it'd be really nice to get photos of just us and it'd be really nice to just elope, but like we're not going to do that. We're going to have our support system there. So they designated the time to get some badass photos outside the post office. Let me scroll down here a little bit. And then we went back to the hotel and the hotel, I'm telling you, is gorgeous. Okay, here's some proof of how gorgeous it is. Continuing on from the post office, we came back because honestly, it was one of the record-breaking hot days in Colorado Springs, and we just needed to be in the air conditioning. So the hotel, lovely. You do need to talk to the hotel staff before you photograph. You can't just show up and photograph. So we talked to the hotel staff prior to this, and we kind of went around the hotel to these pretty spots and got some photos done inside, outside. And then, I mean, this is the hotel. It's just gorgeous. This is all in the lobby as well. And then we went up to their hotel room, and that's when I did detail photos, and they had their outfit change. So Bianca had her hair and makeup team in the room so that they could change up her look before the ceremony. And this is also when she changed her dress. Here's their little puppy. The hotel is very vintage style feeling. So it was really easy for me as the photographer to get really cool detail shots without having to leave the room or bring in external props. All of these things are items and details from their wedding. Then they rented a Mini Cooper, and Bianca and her dad actually took the Mini Cooper over to the courthouse. All the rest of us walked, or some of us drove, but it was just a block or two over from the hotel. Again, convenience, amazing. And we haven't left like the 3 blocks that we've been in so far. So they took the Mini Cooper over to the courthouse, and they chose not to go inside the courthouse for their wedding. They wanted the big pillars outside. And that's what we did. I think if you choose to do a courthouse wedding, that's always the move, because inside courthouses, these courthouses were built so long ago, and sometimes they don't update the rooms. Sometimes some cities have really beautiful courtrooms. I have yet to see a beautiful courtroom here in Colorado. So a lot of the courthouses, though, on the outside are just immaculate and amazing, and the architecture is really detailed. So they chose to have it outside on the steps. And here's some shots from that. So I had them kind of elevated so that all their friends and family could hear and see them. And I got all these different angles. I just kind of worked around them while they said their vows. After their vows were done, we went back to the hotel. We took some photos with the Mini Cooper before heading back. We went back to the hotel and we did family photos with their family in the air conditioning, of course. The initial plan was to do some photos there on the steps outside of the courthouse. It was just way too hot that day. So we just did some portraits with the Mini Cooper that they rented so that the Mini Cooper could leave. And then we went back to the hotel. After they went back to the hotel and we did family photos, they had a reservation at a restaurant nearby, and then they had a small intimate dinner with all of their family. So if you're looking for a location that has convenience, that's going to accommodate your support system and give you those high-end vibes without the high-end price tag, this is absolutely an option for you. And moving forward with courthouse weddings, I do have special courthouse wedding packages for couples who are keeping it easy, who are keeping it all in one place, where I can just drive up, park in one spot, and be there the whole time. So if you're interested in this, if you're sharing this video with your partner and you're like, hey, this might be a possibility for us, it checks all the boxes. Another idea I want to throw out there is that sometimes with the courthouse weddings, couples also want photos out in the mountains, especially if you're coming in from out of town. You want the convenience, but you're also like, I want some photos of us out in the mountains. I do have options to add hours so that if you want to on your wedding day to go out to the mountains, we'll have time to do that. Or there's also another option just to add on a photo session to your wedding package. This photo session can happen another day. So on your wedding day, you can kind of just focus on getting married, and we can have a separate time where we go out and do photos in the mountains. So remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and also share this video with your partner if this feels like it might be right for you too. Remember, we're not going into debt to have a wedding.